they call them fun boys. They'll say we gotta have some fun boys in the section for Busta.
What about Busta Rhymes? I've definitely seen quite a few people not too happy about your story about Busta Rhymes.
Well, ain't nobody saying nothing to me.
I never heard of him.
Model dude, like a model guy. He be doing like some rapping and stuff. His name Don Benjamin. I'm out with Don Benjamin, and the club we ended up going to, Busta Rhymes in there. Well, I knew about this like in 2012. I knew about this in 2012.
Where the whispers turn into headlines faster than you can hit subscribe. Today, the spotlight is burning bright on a hip-hop legend, Busta Rhymes, and the stories swirling around him are more intense than a summer heat wave. A former member of his inner circle recently stepped out of the shadows, dropping some bombshell claims that have the internet ablaze. This insider isn't just talking about backstage antics, they're alleging some seriously questionable behavior went down in Busta's VIP sections, particularly concerning the young men he allegedly handpicked to join him.
So, I hear somebody say, oh, he's cute, I want him. So when I heard that, I turned around like, man, did he just say that? Man, you got all this jewelry to attract some men in here? You wild. Shocked me, but sure enough.
And that was the guy that Busta Rhymes pulled back?
He pulled him into the section. And then they walled him off like this man. I'm like, damn. And that little dude was so happy. He couldn't believe that. He was shocked.
But hold up, because that initial spark of controversy just ignited a full-blown inferno. Enter Orlando Brown, a name synonymous with unpredictable chaos. He didn't tiptoe into the conversation, he crashed in like a runaway train, unleashing a torrent of accusations against Busta. Orlando didn't just hint at a secret life, he flat out claimed Busta was living one behind the carefully constructed celebrity facade. And then he went for the jugular, suggesting Busta played a direct role in his own personal struggles. These aren't the kind of accusations that fade into the background. They're the kind that grab headlines and refuse to let go, turning the whole situation into a real-time, edge-of-your-seat drama.
If Busta ever try to front on me, hit you with no delay, so what you saying, yo? Silly with that 9 million, what the deal, yo? Yeah, I do his better than him. He better not play with me. I will and perform Busta Rhymes' show. Look, man, if they try to say that if you ever thought that the Busta Rhymes was better than me, you crazy.
Then, as if on cue, the master of social media mayhem himself, 50 Cent, decided to add his 2 cents, stirring the pot with cryptic comments that sent ripples of speculation across the internet. When 50 Cent throws shade, the digital world stops and stares. His insinuations about Busta's alleged hidden lifestyle had everyone digging for dirt, connecting dots that might not even exist. But here's where the narrative takes another sharp turn. Suddenly, individuals started emerging from the woodwork, sharing their own unsettling encounters. They alleged that Busta made some seriously out-of-pocket advances, trying to lure them into private settings in ways that felt deeply uncomfortable and inappropriate.
And I'm walking across the street and Busta Rhymes just grabbed my hand. And he holding my hand. Now, I ain't know it was Busta at first. You know, Busta Rhymes tall. I'm sure I came up to about right here. So the first thing I noticed was this big ass flip mode chain that was blinding me. So I look at the chain and I look up, I'm like, oh, what's up, Busta? What's up?
But let's cut through the noise and get to the core of the issue. This isn't about anyone's personal preferences or who they choose to love. The real problem here is the alleged hypocrisy. It's about powerful figures in the industry projecting a certain image in public, the tough guy, the respected artist, while allegedly engaging in drastically different behavior behind closed doors. It's about the alleged abuse of power, the crossing of boundaries, and the discomfort and potential harm inflicted on those who might feel unable to speak out. It's the alleged discrepancy between the public persona and the rumored private actions that has truly set the internet on fire.
I seen you talking about Busta Rhymes before.
Oh yeah.
In some of your videos.
Oh yeah. Super zest monster. But if you notice, like, there's countless videos of Busta Rhymes getting mad at females for just being girls. This girl touched him one time, he go crazy, throw a drink on her and everything. See what I'm saying? Like, what? Why you getting mad at females? You go to these guys, they in the club, go to their section. It's all men in the section.
For years, whispers about Busta's behavior have circulated within industry circles, hushed tones in crowded rooms, rumors passed from one insider to another. But fear of reprisal, of jeopardizing careers and connections kept those stories in the shadows. Until now, the alleged dam has broken, and the stories are flooding into the public consciousness, leaving no room for doubt. The secrets, if they are indeed true, are out in the open, exposed for public scrutiny. So what exactly did Orlando Brown and 50 Cent say that ignited this firestorm? And did Busta truly cross the line with these young individuals as the allegations suggest? We're about to dissect this complex situation piece by painstaking piece with no filters and no holding back. And let's not forget, this isn't the first time Busta's name has been linked to controversies of this nature.
We come from a very homosexual era of hip hop as well. There was a radio personality once upon a time. Her name was Wendy Williams, and she was practically burned at the stake for talking about such. And now it's all come full circle.
Put out those pictures of the dude pulling his pants down, and it looked like some gay act that was going on. He got on the phone. He said, "Let me tell you this. When I get back to New York City, if she's on the radio station," he's talking to a radio executive. He said the same thing. He said, "Nobody that I deal with, nobody that I know is going to do anything with y'all. No business at all. It ain't going to be no artist, no nothing gonna come." He's telling people that at a radio station. When we got back to New York City, Wendy Williams was in Philly at a new station. Wow. That's the power he had.
Out to Wendy Williams, the first woman to uncover the homo thugs. That's what these down low was called when Wendy first started talking about it in the 90s, the homo thug. She talking about Diddy.
And then what's the stuff that's happening to Wendy Williams? You think this is all connection too?
Of course. They've been waiting. He's been waiting. He was waiting for Kim. Remember? He was waiting. The casket was ready. She was literally casket ready.
Rewind to 2006, a time when Busta Rhymes was already a familiar face in the headlines, often for his larger-than-life public persona. According to a report in the New York Post, a seemingly innocuous encounter with a male fan turned shockingly ugly. The fan, reportedly just trying to show appreciation for Busta's comeback, tapped him on the shoulder and offered congratulations. A simple gesture, you'd think, but witnesses claim Busta reacted with explosive anger. He allegedly confronted the fan, unleashing a verbal barrage, and then, according to the report, turned to his bodyguard and uttered a deeply offensive homophobic slur. That moment left a lasting mark, a stain on his public image that many have not forgotten. And if that incident seemed extreme, fast forward just a year to 2007. Busta was asked directly about the issue of homophobia within the hip-hop community. His response, rather than offering clarity or support, ignited even more controversy.
I seen you talking about Busta Rhymes before
Oh yeah.
in some of your videos.
Oh yeah. Super zest monster. For sure, bro. That's my thing, bro. Like, this been common knowledge though. Like, all my promoter homies would always say, "Man, you know, we gotta bring some we gotta bring some, what they call them, I'm not gonna say it on here. They call them fun boys. They'll say, we gotta have some fun boys in the section for Busta. Cause you know, I bodyguarded for Ghostface Killer before, you feel me? And being around him, you hear things, you feel me? I'm like, damn. And my auntie like the biggest Busta Rhymes fan, you feel me? Like, every cookout she playing it, all his little fast rapping, all of that, him and Craig Mack playing.
In that interview, Busta didn't mince words. He stated unequivocally that based on his cultural beliefs and what he represents, he does not support or condone homosexuality, period. When reporters attempted to delve deeper, pressing him on whether the hip-hop world would ever fully embrace an openly gay rapper, Busta offered no further explanation. Instead, he reportedly stood up mid-interview and walked away, leaving a room full of stunned journalists and unanswered questions. Now, fast forward to the present day. The tables have completely turned. The conversation has shifted dramatically, and Busta finds himself under intense scrutiny. People are now questioning whether his past statements and alleged behavior were Yangai a deeper truth about his own identity and struggles. Is the anger, the alleged aggression, a manifestation of internal conflict? Is he, as some speculate, projecting his own battles onto others? And again, let's be clear, this isn't about who Busta may or may not be attracted to. That remains his private affair. What has truly ignited public discussion are the allegations of aggression, the stories of reported self-loathing, and the accusations of physical altercations with women and alleged inappropriate conduct with male staff members. These are the red flags that have sent shockwaves through the industry and beyond. It's the perceived hypocrisy, the alleged disconnect between his public pronouncements and private actions that has the streets buzzing with speculation and condemnation.
On my soul, I'm out with a group of people. At this time, I was with Don Benjamin. You familiar with him?
No, I never heard of him.
Model dude, like a model guy. He be doing like some rapping and stuff. His name Don Benjamin. I'm out with Don Benjamin. And the club we ended up going to, Busta Rhymes in there. So it was this little lawyer guy that was with us. And the little lawyer guy we was with, you know, he was a gay dude, super cool, feel me, good guy. Bro, Busta Rhymes wanted him in his section so bad. Like, what? Pulled him to the section, like through the rope, and tucked him off in the corner. So I'm looking like, well, he ain't come with us, but I know he was in the little group. So if I go out with somebody, like a group of people, I try to make sure everybody get there together and leave together. No, he stayed with them. He stayed in there with them, bro. For sure, bro. You ain't never heard about this before, have you? Bro, that's common knowledge, bro. Like, if you in the mix, bro. If you in the mix, like I've been in the mix, you.
Now let's delve even further back into the early 2000s when the initial whispers about Busta's private life began to surface. And who was among the first to publicly address these rumors? None other than Wendy Williams. That's right, Wendy, known for her no-holds-barred approach, was seemingly ahead of the curve, openly discussing what she termed the homo thug lifestyle within the entertainment industry. Wendy reportedly had a list, a roster of prominent rappers rumored to be leading double lives. She didn't shy away from naming names, allowing her radio show callers to share often unverified but undeniably messy stories about alleged encounters with some of the biggest figures in the game. And guess whose name allegedly featured prominently on Wendy's infamous list? You guessed it, Busta Rhymes. One particularly explosive call claimed that Busta physically assaulted the caller shortly after an alleged sexual encounter in a New York City club, a claim that, if true, paints a deeply disturbing picture. The caller further alleged that Busta instructed him to remain silent about the incident, a chilling detail that adds another layer to the allegations of intimidation and secrecy. This alleged incident reportedly took place at one of those discreet, under-the-radar venues where celebrities often seek privacy, particularly when engaging in activities they wish to keep hidden from the public eye.
Oh, I'm walking, New York City, going to a club. It was Halloween weekend, everybody was out. And it was this party we was going to, me, my boy, and his friend that had came in from Detroit. And I'm walking across the street and Busta Rhymes just grabbed my hand. And he holding my hand. Now, I ain't know it was Busta at first. Busta Rhymes tall. I'm sure I came up to about right here. So the first thing I noticed was this big ass flip mode chain that was blinding me. So I look at the chain and I look up, I'm like, oh, what's up, Busta? What's up? Now he holding my hand the whole time. I'm like, what's up, man? He like, what you doing? And I was like, oh, me and my people, we about to go to this club around the corner. What's up, man? And then I noticed throughout my peripheral vision, the side eye, this big bodyguard in black. Just standing there, looking around, looked at me, still looking around. Meanwhile, Busta still got my hand in his hand.
But the alleged fallout from that on-air revelation didn't end there. Word on the street is that Busta went into full damage control mode, allegedly making significant efforts behind the scenes to scrub the internet of any recording of that particular radio call. However, Wendy Williams' loyal listeners, her Day One fans, reportedly remember the episode vividly as if it aired just yesterday. And let's not forget, Wendy wasn't just focusing on Busta. She was allegedly one of the first to publicly discuss the long-standing rumors surrounding Sean Diddy Combs as well. And this wasn't just based on speculation. Wendy reportedly had photographic evidence. Now here's where the narrative takes an even more complex and potentially darker turn. Rumor has it that when Diddy learned Wendy possessed a photograph of him with another man, his reaction was swift and powerful. Allegedly, he leveraged his considerable industry influence to get her fired from her prominent position at Hot 97, effectively pushing her out of the New York media landscape and forcing her to rebuild her career in Philadelphia. And if you think that's just an urban legend, singer Jaguar Wright has publicly corroborated this account, stating unequivocally that Wendy was indeed the first to expose Diddy's alleged involvement in a homo thug circle within the industry. And now the plot thickens. Some speculate that this shared vulnerability, this alleged need to protect similar secrets, is precisely what forged the close bond between Busta Rhymes and Diddy in the first place.
How long has it been like this known about Busta Rhymes?
Well, I knew about this like in 2012. I knew about this in 2012.
How can we think nobody else speaks up on it or says anything?
Because, bro, these people admire these people so much. They want to make sure they in the section, they at the club, they at the video shoot, they can get backstage. That matter most to them. That matters so much to people. It's crazy. Like, but if you notice, like, it's countless videos of Busta Rhymes getting mad at females for just being girls. This girl touched him one time, he go crazy, throw a drink on her and everything. See what I'm saying? Like, what? Why you getting mad at females? You go to these guys, they in the club, go to their section. It's all men in the section. That ain't weird to nobody. I'm going to the bar, sorry. Text me if it get dangerous. But there's all this club security in here, like nothing's finna happen. Nobody wanna kill you guys, bro. Like, when I get jobs from people who really got a threat on their life, I move way different. Nobody wants to kill these entertainers like that, though. Like when I do my threat assessment, there's never an immediate threat or danger. It's never a situation that they're gonna tell me, oh, this person wants to murder me, this person wants to bring harm on me.
The whispers suggest that Busta and Diddy shared more than just a professional connection. Some have gone as far as to claim they were involved in sharing young men, passing them between their inner circles behind closed doors. Now, with Diddy facing serious federal scrutiny and a barrage of damning allegations, Busta has seemingly distanced himself, acting as if their association wasn't as deep as it appeared. But let's not rewrite history. They were undeniably close for years. Rewind to the 1990s, and Busta was a constant presence in Diddy's orbit alongside figures like J. Lokama Alia and music video director Hype Williams, the very core of the era's entertainment elite. They were a fixture on the scene, captured by countless cameras, always flashing smiles and exuding camaraderie. There are even old photographs of Busta and Diddy standing shoulder to shoulder with Jay-Z, images that some now scrutinize with a different lens, suggesting Diddy's gaze towards Busta hinted at something more than just friendship. And here's a detail many seem to overlook. Busta was publicly showing his support for Diddy as recently as September 2023, just weeks before Cassie's explosive lawsuit dropped, sending shockwaves through the industry and raising serious questions about the timing of Busta's apparent distancing.
And he says, you know, I'm about to go in this club. You know, we got a section. You know, you can come in with me if you want. And I'm like, word, for real? Like, that's what's up. Like, he was like, yeah. I was like, well, I got to, you know, tell my people. I was like, I come in. You know what I'm saying? He was like, okay, just let me know, you know, tell them that you coming in there to meet with me and come on up. And I was like, bet. So Of course, I'm excited. You know what I'm saying? Busta Rhymes is one of my favorite artists.
Let's circle back to Jaguar Wright's powerful statement about Wendy Williams exposing the alleged homo thugs. Wendy's use of that term wasn't solely about rumored same-sex encounters behind closed doors. The core issue, as described by Wright and others, was the alleged abuse of power. The use of fear and in some cases violence to silence anyone who dared to get too close to the truth. And let's be frank, both Diddy and Busta have lengthy histories of alleged physical altercations, often targeting individuals perceived as less powerful or less able to retaliate. This alleged pattern of behavior is troubling, and Busta's own legal record is far from clean. Consider the 2006 incident where he allegedly assaulted a man for spitting on his car, just one instance in a series of reported volatile confrontations. Later that same year, he faced weapons charges after authorities allegedly found a machete in his vehicle. Who carries a machete in their car? Then, in 2007, he was arrested and charged with misdemeanor assault after a reported dispute with his former driver over money. He ultimately pleaded guilty to both the weapons and assault charges, receiving 3 years of probation. Just when things seemed to quiet down, 2009 brought another legal entanglement. The New York Post reported that Busta had to pay a $75,000 settlement to a fan who claimed things turned violent at one of his concerts. According to the lawsuit, Busta allegedly became enraged when the fan attempted to leave early, supposedly after the headliner he came to see didn't perform. The fan claimed Busta ordered him to sit down, then proceeded to throw water bottles at him. Subsequently, one of Busta's bodyguards allegedly punched the fan in the face. The alleged reason? Simply for wanting to leave the show early. So when you examine this pattern of alleged aggression and legal issues that have shadowed Busta's career, it's perhaps less surprising that he and Diddy maintained a close relationship for so long. The alleged volatile energy and similar issues with public altercations seem to align, but beyond the alleged temper and public outbursts, there's another disturbing element that many claim Busta and Diddy shared: a specific interest in younger men. And if you ask Busta's former bodyguard, Big Homie CC, he doesn't hold back in his allegations. According to him, Busta's interactions weren't just casual partying. He allegedly had a systematic approach to selecting young men in nightclubs. Big Homie CC claims Busta would send his entourage out to scout for attractive young men and bring them directly to his VIP section, as if on a clandestine mission. In a revealing interview with The Art of Dialogue, Big Homie CC's claims sent shockwaves across the internet, with many labeling Busta a super zest monster. He detailed alleged practices that left many viewers stunned. According to CC, this wasn't some newly discovered secret. It was reportedly common knowledge within industry circles, one of those unspoken truths whispered in the nightlife scene. He stated that anyone involved in nightlife, especially club promoters, was well aware of Busta's alleged preferences. Reportedly, whenever Busta arrived at a party, promoters were already on high alert, tasked with identifying and positioning attractive young men in his VIP area to keep him entertained. But the story that truly grabbed public attention involved actor and model Don Benjamin. CeCe recounted a night when Don arrived at a club with a male friend who happened to be gay. Allegedly, once Busta spotted him, he was immediately fixated. CeCe claimed Busta practically zeroed in on the young man, pulling him into his VIP section and keeping him close by his side throughout the night, as if marking his territory. Big Homie CC emphasized that this wasn't an isolated incident. He alleged it was a routine occurrence. Every time Busta was in a club, the unspoken directive was clear: find the most attractive man in the room and escort him to Busta's VIP area. Everyone in the scene reportedly understood this expectation. Big Homie CC even recalled Busta explicitly stating that a particular young man looked cute. Once that individual was in his VIP section, Busta allegedly ensured he remained there. This wasn't just a casual interaction. According to CC, it was a deliberate and consistent pattern of behavior. Big Homie CC stated that he had been aware of Busta's alleged activities for over a decade. When questioned about why no one had come forward sooner, he offered a blunt explanation. Everyone involved wanted access to that VIP lifestyle, to the perks and the proximity to fame. People were chasing clout, not truth. But that's only one side of Big Homie CCE's allegations. He also brought attention to a less discussed aspect of Busta's alleged behavior: his reported history of aggression towards women. According to CC, it sometimes seemed as if Busta harbored a deep-seated resentment towards women simply for being women. This kind of alleged animosity, he suggested, doesn't arise without a root cause, leading many to question the underlying reasons for such reported anger. And if you're inclined to dismiss this as just one person's account, consider this. A growing number of men have begun to share their own alleged unsettling encounters with Busta. Back in 2020, a social media user named Trip Alley shared his own story on YouTube, and it was undeniably provocative. He claimed that Busta attempted to get his attention while Trip was on his way to a Halloween party in New York City. According to Trip, Busta invited him to join his VIP section. Initially, Trip was excited, anticipating a typical celebrity encounter, but the situation quickly took an unexpected turn. Trip got into an argument with a friend who was uncomfortable with the idea of joining Busta's group. The disagreement escalated into a physical altercation right there on the street. Tripp stated that the entire incident left him so shaken that he no longer felt like partying. To make matters worse, his friend left him stranded in New York City. Looking back, Tripp acknowledged that it might have been a fortunate escape considering the potential unknowns of entering Busta's VIP section that night. Then, fast forward to 2021 and the rumors resurfaced with renewed intensity. Busta was allegedly back to making bold advances on men in clubs, and the whispers spread once again. Paparazzi even captured photos of Busta seemingly leaving what appeared to be a pride event with a well-known trans woman, further fueling speculation about his private life. But the story doesn't end there. Another voice has now entered the fray, adding another layer to the already complex narrative. And that voice belongs to none other than Orlando Brown. Yes, the same Orlando Brown who has often been the subject of public scrutiny for his own behavior has now thrown his own accusations into the mix, creating a moment of stunned silence across the internet.
Things that will make you buckle, bro. They make you buckle, bro. People done lost their families, bro. People done lost their kids and shit. A lot of stuff can happen.
Life insurance policies out on rappers. Mainly because it's more dangerous for rappers now.
I mean, this is a touchy subject. I just, I'll give you this. You can willingly turn woman and have a bag, or you can do what I'm doing. You can willingly turn trans, or you can get in trouble and go to jail and get f***ed up, and they do it to you forcefully because you f***ed up and you.
In a recent video, Orlando made the startling claim that he had been romantically involved with a number of prominent rappers, and he wasn't shy about naming names. His list reportedly included Diddy, Busta Rhymes, Drake, Bow Wow, and several others, a lineup that immediately sent social media into a frenzy. Now, it's important to acknowledge Orlando's well-documented history of struggles, including battles with substance abuse and instances of erratic behavior. Consequently, when he initially began making these sensational claims about industry figures, many dismissed them outright, attributing them to his personal challenges. However, the current climate, with multiple high-profile individuals facing serious allegations of misconduct, has caused many to reconsider Orlando's statements. Suddenly, what once sounded like random, unbelievable claims don't seem quite so far-fetched. Could Orlando have been attempting to expose these alleged activities all along? His seemingly outlandish statements containing kernels of truth that were previously dismissed? Could he have been hinting at the darker realities behind the glamorous facade of the music industry? And here's a particularly disturbing element of Orlando's recent statements. He has repeatedly suggested that some of these rappers didn't just engage in consensual encounters with him. He has implied that he was taken advantage of in ways that he wasn't prepared for, allegations that carry a far more serious and concerning weight. In one clip, when directly asked who he had been intimate with, he listed B, Bow Wow, and B, leaving little doubt as to whom he was referring.
Busta Rhymes.
You just told me you seen Busta in the airport too. Never from China, like he didn't know you. You smashed Drake?
No, I never smashed.
Oh, you made love to Drake.
And Busta and Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard. Usher. Usher's a gusher. And
why you not having no hoes?
I'm telling you, bro, it's my dad's friends. My dad sent his friends on me.
Who's your dad?
Busta.
To provide further context, over the past few years, Orlando has appeared in several viral interviews. sharing eyebrow-raising claims about alleged secret Hollywood rituals, dark power dynamics, and clandestine dealings within the entertainment industry. In one of these sit-downs, he specifically named Diddy, strongly suggesting a negative personal experience between them. At the time, many dismissed Orlando's claims as simply another chapter in the long-standing rumors surrounding Diddy's private life, often becoming the subject of online jokes and memes. However, with the recent surge of serious allegations against Diddy from multiple sources, the public's perception of Orlando's past statements has begun to shift. People are starting to wonder if there was more to his seemingly outlandish claims than they initially realized. When the explosive headlines regarding the allegations against Diddy broke in November, Cam Capone quickly brought Orlando Brown back onto his platform for another interview. During this conversation, they revisited Orlando's viral claims from the previous year, including his previously dismissed comments about Diddy and even 50 Cent's infamous anecdote about Diddy allegedly trying to take him shopping. Now here's where things take another strange turn. When asked about Diddy again, Orlando simply smirked and offered the cryptic response, "He's a nice guy." That was it, no further explanation, no additional details, just that enigmatic statement. And that very silence speaks volumes to many. A growing number of people now believe that Orlando may be strategically navigating a difficult situation, blending elements of truth with seemingly erratic behavior to perhaps deflect scrutiny while still managing to get certain information into the public domain. It's as if he's using his unpredictable public persona as a form of protection, a shield in plain sight. Conversely, others argue that we shouldn't dismiss his claims solely based on his well-documented struggles with mental health. They suggest that perhaps Orlando's pain and instability are in fact a consequence of traumatic experiences within the industry, and that his current behavior might be a way of processing or coping with those experiences. Or perhaps, they speculate, he is attempting to seek justice in his own unconventional way. And it appears that Orlando has no intention of remaining silent. He recently went viral once again, doubling down on his earlier claims and asserting that Diddy wasn't the only prominent figure involved, explicitly naming Busta Rhymes and a list of other industry individuals. While some continue to roll their eyes, the demeanor Orlando has exhibited in more recent interviews, calmer, clearer, and more focused, has prompted many to take a second look at his allegations. Could it be that Orlando has been trying to warn the public all along, and for too long his cries went unheard? When you begin to connect the dots and consider the broader context of the current allegations and long-standing rumors, a more coherent and potentially disturbing picture begins to emerge. With all the recent buzz and swirling allegations surrounding Busta Rhymes, it was almost inevitable that 50 Cent, the self-proclaimed master of online commentary, would weigh in and stir the pot, true to form. 50, who is ironically scheduled to perform alongside Busta at the upcoming Humor and Harmony Comedy Festival, couldn't resist a bit of playful, or perhaps not so playful shade. He posted that iconic image of Busta in his unforgettable bright yellow outfit from the 1999 MTV Video Music Awards, complete with a clown emoji. But Busta, never one to back down from a challenge, fired back quickly. He posted an AI-generated image of 50 Cent looking less than flattering and retorted with the caption, "I keep telling you the blessings don't stop, so we ain't ever gonna stop." And just like that, the playful banter was back on. Busta even added another jab, writing, "I thought it was Father's Day, 50 Cent D, and you out here looking like this. Don't let me catch you in the mirror getting glammed up for Shreveport." Now, while it might appear to be just some lighthearted ribbing between two industry veterans, many fans aren't finding it quite so amusing. In fact, a significant number of people are calling Busta out, urging him to move beyond the jokes and address the serious allegations that continue to resurface, particularly those concerning his alleged behavior in VIP club settings. One commenter wrote, "I've heard multiple stories about Busta that he's a busty snatcher and has a history of mistreating smaller men." Another added, "This stuff has been floating around for years." Perhaps the most unsettling sentiment expressed by some is the claim that Busta may be grappling with deep-seated self-hate, which some speculate manifests as lashing out at the very type of men he is secretly involved with. That's a dark and disturbing theory to consider. Others pointed to what they perceive as a pattern, the rumored incidents of violence, the recurring stories from nightclubs, the past allegations of misogynistic behavior, and now these new claims that seem to weave a potentially cohesive and concerning narrative. People are no longer simply dismissing these allegations as baseless rumors. So what are your thoughts on all these swirling accusations surrounding Busta Rhymes? And what do you make of Orlando Brown's bombshell claims about his alleged involvement with Busta, Diddy, and other high-profile figures in the industry? Let's delve into this complex and controversial topic in the comments section below. Share your perspectives, your theories, and don't hold back. And before you go, please remember to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to Star Hush for more unfiltered and in-depth explorations of the stories that are really making waves. We'll continue to break down these intricate situations, providing you with the real tea, straight from the source. We'll catch you in the next video, my fellow stargazers and truth seekers. You know how we do. Stay sharp, stay vigilant, and stay tuned.